Agenda tonight? That's a rarity, okay. Entertain a motion to approve the agenda.
Move to approve the agenda.
Commissioner Smith moves to approve. Need a second?
Second.
Commissioner Weinrich with a second. Roll call vote, please.
Smith.
Aye.
Weinreich.
Aye.
Gregg.
Aye.
Robish.
Aye.
Mayor Hergen.
Aye. Public forum. Public comments may be sent during live meeting broadcasts on the city's YouTube channel. The link is listed on our website at www.hursd.com.citygovernment. In order to use the YouTube chat feature, please create an account with YouTube and Gmail, then use your existing accounts. Please state your name and address for the record. Public forum is a limit to a maximum of 3 minutes per person. We also have our HR Director, Nathan Hofer, on the computer at the back of the room. And so if you have any questions, if you'd like the commission to address tonight, you could let Nathan know, and he would stop the meeting. We would try to adjust the questions that you would have. Does anybody have any public forum tonight for anything? All right, seeing none, we'll move on to a consent agenda. Matters appearing on the consent agenda are expected to be non-controversial and will be acted upon by the commission at one time without discussion. Unless a member of the commission requests an opportunity to address any given item, items removed from the consent agenda will be discussed at the beginning of the formal items. On the consent agenda tonight, 4.1, minutes of August 2nd, 2021 commission meeting. 4.2, fuel quotes for city departments. 4.3, designate account supervisor Kristen Cronin to replace Ardella Reno as a signatory on our city accounts. 4.4, special event on sale alcoholic beverage license filed by Top Floor Events for a wedding reception on September 4th at the campus center. 4.5, appointment of Garrett Welch to the Employee Safety Committee to a 3-year term. 4.6, personnel items. Recommend Sydney Kalampa for our police officer position. Number 2, term Jacob Rieger and William Waldner from the Park and Recreation Department. 3, change the Park and Rec Maintenance 3 position to a grade 14 on the certified pay scale. 4, open and advertise for a Park Maintenance 3 position for the Parks and Recreation Department. 4.7, payment of the bills. I'd entertain a motion to approve the consent agenda.
Move approval of the consent agenda.
Commissioner Robish moves approval. Need a second?
Second.
Commissioner Bragg, second. Roll call vote, please.
Smith.
Aye.
Weinreich.
Aye.
Gregg.
Aye.
Robish.
Aye.
Mayor Hergen.
Aye. Bid quote items. And we have our assistant engineer, Dennis Bennett, here tonight. Dennis, why don't you start out and explain 5.1 to us?
All right, thank you, Mayor, Commissioners. Just asking for permission to go bid for propane fuel quote. We do this every year just to take any fluctuations out of the price for us, so recommend approval.
Okay. Do you have a motion for approval?
Move to approve.
Move to approve. Commissioner Smith, need a second?
Second.
Commissioner Weinrich. Any discussion on this topic? Seeing none, roll call vote, please.
Smith.
Aye.
Weinreich.
Aye.
Gregg.
Aye.
Robish.
Aye.
Mayor Hergen.
Aye. 5.2, Dennis.
Okay, this is a payment for the SBRs we're building out east, progress payment. And the amount is $553,993.20. Recommend approval for payment.
Okay, motion to approve.
So moved.
Commissioner Bragg, motion to approve. Need a second.
Second.
Commissioner Weinrich, a second. Any discussion on this topic?
So without digging into it too much.
Commissioner Smith?
I'm sorry, thank you, Mayor. Without digging into it too much, Dennis, this is following the schedule accordingly as
Yep.
far as costs and so on.
Yep, I think they're a week behind what they want to be for pouring walls, but nothing terrible.
But as far as the budgeted
So far, I'm
Side
not
of it.
foreseeing anything that's gonna catch soft guard, so.
Cool. All right, good. Thank you.
Yep.
Any other discussion on this topic? Seeing none, roll call vote, please.
Smith,
Aye.
Weinrice,
Aye.
Craig,
Aye.
Robish.
Aye.
Mayor Harrington.
Aye. Okay, Dennis, 5.3.
All right, this is for concrete replacement. We're working in Northwest Huron right now. This is just progress payment, and the payment is $42,559.01. Recommend approval.
Okay. Need a motion to approve.
Move to approve.
Second.
Commissioner Weiners, motion to approve, second Commissioner Robish. Any discussion on this topic? Seeing none, roll call vote, please.
Smith,
Aye.
Weinrice,
Aye.
Craig,
Aye.
Robish.
Aye.
Mayor Harrington.
Aye. 5.4, Dennis.
All right, this payment to Manning Excavating, they're putting in sanitary sewer along 4th Street southeast, out to Vantage Park Business Park from Northwestern. And just progress payment, recommended approval of $309,417.57.
Okay. Motion to approve on this topic.
Move to approve.
Move to approve, Commissioner Bragg. Need a second.
Second.
Commissioner Smith was second. Any discussion on this topic? Yes, Commissioner Bragg.
So just, was this the same thing that we had all the issues with the PVC prices? Is that part of the same project?
It is.
But the excavating part is,
We're paying them per foot install, but the material cost of the pipe is on us.
so this still fits in with it's not the original budget, but the amended budget once we elected
Yep.
to buy the pipe ourselves.
Yep, we're on budget and,
And all that pipe came in and?
yep,
Excellent, okay.
almost Custer Avenue, we'll turn into one of the railroad tracks, so probably by the end of the week, we'll be ready to do that.
Thank you.
Thank you. Any other questions on this topic? Seeing none, roll call vote, please.
Smith,
Aye.
Weinrice,
Aye.
Craig,
Aye.
Robish.
Aye.
Mayor Harrington.
Aye. Thank you, Dennis.
You're welcome.
Petitions and Communications, one of my favorite topics here tonight, my furry friends. Kim
Oh.
Kruger from Butte County Humane Society, here to give us an annual report.
Good evening.
Welcome.
Thank you.
Well, it's been a while since we've been in person. This is good. So, from January to December, I went back to recap 2020, just because I can, I guess. The total calls that we did in 2020 was 823, which is only down 11 calls from 2019. So, no matter what goes on, animals still are in need and they're still doing their thing. The majority, again, as usual, are running at large. 427 of those calls were running at large animals. 63 neglect, 34 DOA, 33 biters. So again, we're not getting that down. I mean, we'd love to have none, but I still would like to see that number a lot lower. And I think it's just a matter of, people being responsible when they have their dogs out, and also people being careful when they're doing, their hobbies, riding bike, going onto somebody else's property. Even if some of them, quite a few of them actually, probably about 6 of them were people that are going into homes where they've been in the home before. They know the people, but they don't know the dogs. So, it's little things that can make a huge difference and save a lot of heartache in the end when it comes to a dog biting, because the ordinances are pretty stiff when it comes to that. So we don't want to see that happen, so we'd like that way down. A lot of trapping last year, not as much as we normally did due to COVID, of course. Wildlife, still kind of the same thing. We're still seeing a lot of chickens. I did post on our Facebook page, and we try to remind people that it is against the city ordinance to have chickens in town. But I think people are getting the hint slowly but surely. In 2020, we served 876 animals. compared to 829 the year prior, so up from the last year. Right now at the shelter, we have 4 dogs, we're happy to say, 73 cats, 5 rats, 1 dove, 2 guinea pigs. I did, however, out of that 73, we had, you know, that cat number gets so high due to, again, it comes into the running at large, and people need to realize that there's a leash law for cats too, not just dogs. Because we've had so far this year, at least 8 that I can think of off the top of my head, moms come in and actually give birth at the shelter. And that's not counting the moms that get dropped off with their litter, or the orphan litters that we take in, and we're trying to find moms. And I was able to get 3 of our cats that have litters into foster care, which is always our goal. It's a less stressful environment and brings our numbers down. Again, spay, neuter, spay, neuter, spay, neuter, spay, neuter. So, you know, if there's any, we're trying to get them all trapped up, but holy smokes, a lot. As far as dispositions for last year, we adopted or rehomed 468 of the 876 animals. 139 were returned to owner. 102 were wildlife and or farmed released. 79 DOA or died in kennel or severe injured and died en route. 90 euthanized out of the 823. The main reason for euthanasias last year was 41 of those 90 were feral cats that are ill, and we can't really treat a wild or refarm a sick wild cat. 23 severe injuries, 13 severe aggression and or bite history, biting. We won't put an animal that we know is aggressive into a home. 12 were ill and vet recommended. The other thing I want to comment on as far as the running at large issues goes, again, you know, COVID being as it was, you know, a bad thing, we learned a lot from it, and we adapted in a way that we're using social media much more. And the public is too, the citizens are using it more too. So if their animal goes missing, they're posting on Huron SD Lost and Found Pets. We in turn are monitoring that page. So instead of 5 phone calls coming in saying, I'm missing my cat, or have you found my cat, we now have a visual of the actual cat that's missing. It's on the page. If we get a call, we can go back and look. It's been a really, really good tool for us. We also are now posting the ones that we don't know an owner of, you know, like the habitual offenders. If we know who owns an animal, we're not going to post it on the lost and found page, or if it's feral. But if an animal comes in, has a collar, it's tame, what have you, we're going to post it on that page. And a lot of times, was it last Sunday, we had an animal that was called in, we picked it up, posted it on Huron SD. Before we could even get it in a kennel, the owner saw the post on Huron SD and was out to the shelter to pick the animal up. So use that tool. I think if we use that, we can, you know, save the animal some stress, the family some stress, get your animals back home too quick. For this year so far, up until June, January to June, we've had 354 calls compared to 386 in the first half of 2020. So we're a little down from last year, but that's January through June. Things picked up quite a bit. Again, running at large was the main one. 45 neglect, 11 DOA, 8 biter, 55 trapping, 32 nuisance wildlife. So far, from January to June, we have brought in 410 animals. But I can tell you from July to where we are now, just in the last couple weeks, I've taken in 30. So that number will creep up quite quickly. Went over the population already. And so far, from January to June this year, we have rehomed 186 of the 410, returned to owners 61, and wildlife and or farmed released 45, 46 DOA, 32 euthanized. 10 were due to severe injury, 13 feral ill, 1 ill vet recommended, 8 biter or severe aggression. Then, as far as other information, we kind of, another thing we learned with COVID, you know, we went appointment only. We learned that financially, that really works for us, not to mention, it's hard to find help, and keep help, it's a struggle. And so we have adopted that to be our new business model. We are now Monday, Tuesday, Thursday, Friday, open by appointment, and we staff according to the appointments that are scheduled. Therefore, if there's no scheduled appointments after 1 o'clock, I can send staff home at 1 o'clock. We do go back and of course check the animals, let the animals out in the afternoon and the evening again. But, you know, it's again, something we learned and that can work for us financially and staff-wise, being short-staffed. So, we have adopted that, and we do allow Saturday appointments, provided they're made during the week. So if somebody doesn't make an appointment for Saturday, I don't have to have adoption staff there on a Saturday. So just trying to be fiscally responsible and do what I can with staff to manage taking care of all the animals at the same time. Upcoming events, so excited, it's one of my favorites. Saturday, Splash Central, bring your dogs out, $5 per dog, 3 dogs max per family, but it's a hoot, so I'm excited about that.
Time on that?
What's that?
What time is that?
6 to 8.
Okay.
Yep. It's a lot of fun. I think we've averaged, well, we didn't do it last year. I think we had 73 the year prior, and we even had to close an hour early due to weather. And the year before that, 68, and the year before that, 63. So we're going up every year, so I'm excited. I'm hoping everybody comes out. It's a lot of fun. Any questions for me?
Give us your story, not your story, but tell us about
The tags.
tags, dog tags.
Oh, yes, we have sold. I couldn't
You
get it.
couldn't get it,
I just
huh?
couldn't get it.
Come on.
Let's see, to date, 729 in 2020, and we're at just a little over 600 for this year. So we're doing better, and again, social media is helping that because I'm kind of sending out a little guilt trip when I post them. You know, no tag, no chip, no license. So, but that tag is just so beneficial. You know, we can get them home quicker by that too. We can look them up. We can work remotely. Both myself and my officer can look those tags up right from home. So to have that number on them is.
Where can they get them?
You can get them here at City Hall where you pay your water bill. You can get them at the shelter. You can private message me. You can tag me on Facebook. I'll drop it in the mail. I'll drop it by your house. One way or another, we'll get it to you.
And the cost?
It's $5 if they're spayed or neutered, 10 if they're not. And if your dog gets caught without one, it goes up to 25.
Okay.
And then another thing, kennel license. If you have 3 or 4 or more pets, you have to have a kennel license. So, and that's a $50, which it actually saves you money in the long run. You know, if you have your cat lover and you have 6 cats, it would cost you $60, where it's going to cost you $50. And we're fine with that. It's just there's different rules that go along with that, but they can contact us and we can help them get that set up too.
I thought it was interesting you talked about chickens. I have in my neighborhood, and I can't tell you if it's.
You can't find it?
I get 3 blocks away or 5 blocks away, or my neighbor, I don't have to wait, but I have a rooster.
It's probably the one we're on the hunt for, and we can't. We've told.
He's confused, but he
yeah.
does it all afternoon.
Yeah, I know.
Wait a minute.
We can't find him either. So if you get him in your yard, just
Yeah,
talk to
no,
him.
I think he's in the same area. I can hear him and everything, but all day long, he's pros.
Yeah, we've had eyes on him, and he can fly pretty good too. So even
he's
if we get him in a
free,
fenced yard, it's like no.
He's not locked
I'm not
up?
chasing.
He's free, he's not locked up?
No.
Oh, my.
No, we can't catch him.
Right.
Huh?
Put some
You
corn
got your
on.
work cut out for you. Your new calling.
All right, good enough. Any questions, Bart, for Jim?
Do you want to offer an award or anything?
There he is.
I might be able to run a little quicker if that were the case.
All right, thanks, Kim,
Okay,
appreciate it.
thanks,
Yeah.
guys.
Thank you,
You
Kim.
bet.
You bet.
Free chicken dinner.
Okay.
I'm leaving now.
Yeah, okay. Get that rooster. Okay. Some more on petitions, communications. Consider agreement for the State of South Dakota Department of Transportation Phase 1 runway reconstruction here in Regional Airport and authorize the mayor to sign. This is a high-intensity lighting system, and FAA is doing the funding, so it's not going to cost us, the city, any money. The project is listed at $337,709. So, I need a motion on this.
I would move that we move to approve that expenditure, or approve the application for the funds.
Second.
Motion from Commissioner Bragg, second from Mr. Weinrich. Any discussion on this?
Mayor, I have a question.
Yes, sir.
Who pays for the electricity on those runway lights?
We do.
Does the city
Yeah.
cover that?
And we'll switch to LEDs.
Yeah, I just didn't know since it was a federal
Yeah.
airport.
And that's what, one of the things they are doing, is switching all the LEDs. So as they're coming along, they're switching them out, so, yeah. Any other questions on this topic? Yes, Commissioner Weinrich.
This one is, this is not the 90%, 5%, 3%,
This is all paid for by the FAA.
100%.
Yeah.
Okay.
Looked like it was out of some COVID
The
funds.
Some
COVID
is-
funds that they have to
I
do.
was reading that, but I thought it was percentages, but, okay,
Great.
thank you.
Any other discussion on this topic? Seeing none, roll call vote, please.
Smith,
Aye.
Weinrice,
Aye.
Bragg,
Aye.
Robish.
Aye.
Mayor Harrington.
Aye. 6.3, consider addendum to the lease agreement with Blue, Wheeler, and Banks for the office space at City Hall and authorize the mayor to sign. Need a motion to approve.
Move to approve.
Move to approve, Mr. Weinrich, need a second?
Second.
Second, Commissioner Bragg. Any discussion on this topic?
Just want to note that it's a 3% cost of living increase.
Okay. Okay, any other discussion on this topic?
Did we get the air conditioning working? I know they were complaining a little bit the other.
It hasn't been so bad today. I don't know what it's like upstairs though.
Hot.
Is it?
Hot.
Yeah. Hopefully next year.
Any other discussion pertinent to this information?
Hey, I'm just glad they're willing to re-sign the lease.
Yeah. Okay, roll call vote, please.
Smith,
Aye.
Weinrice,
Aye.
Bragg,
Aye.
Robish.
Aye.
Mayor Harrington.
Aye. That'll do it for our agenda tonight, except we have a work session for the 2022 budget, and we have lots of items to go over. So with that,